Carl and Dan here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's track by track time as we are going to be talking through the Live Long After by Sugar Horse, the alternative post-metal, mathcore, melodic sludge, you bloody name it. This band covers it all. It is the UK band Sugar Horse. They released this album, The Live Long After, August 2021. And before we get into the tracks, I have to tell a little story about, it's basically one of my favorite stories in modern times of how this band affected things. So basically, occasionally get press, oh, come to a gig, review it and stuff like that. And yeah, cool, no worries. And this was an option. I'd never even heard of this band, never heard of him. But I read a description and thought, yeah, all right, it's at the 229, which is a venue I really like. So I was kind of like, yeah, this could be cool. Went there, half full venue, one of those quiet nights for the 229, and captivated. Couldn't believe I'd never come across this band before. Absolutely captivated. One track in particular, more than any other, but I was like, how have I not heard of this band? Everything about them is up my street. And that started the love affair that now exists to today. I saw the band play recently as the first band on a tour with Conjurer, Sugar Horse, Tuskar on Conjurer. And probably made the bands feel super uncomfortable because it was quite quiet when they were on stage and they're very loud. So I went quite close and basically for 30 minutes stood there with a stupid grin on my face, staring directly at them. So like, thinking this guy's weird. So yeah, I've grown in a short amount of time to absolutely adore this band. They put a recent EP out called oh god, I've forgotten the name of it. Is it Waterloo Teeth? Is that the name of the EP?
Corner of Time in the World. Oh no, that was a single they released recently.
Yeah, no, it was a collaboration with lots of other bands, like 4 tracks. I'm sure Waterloo Teeth's one of the tracks on it. I can't remember the name of the EP. Oh, it's gone from my head.
Not on Spotify.
Oh, I'm going to find out. I've got to find out now because it's going to bug me. No, especially now that you start looking. But yeah, what's your experience of this band?
I mean, I've heard you talk about them, probably because you were talking about seeing them recently. Christmas. But I haven't listened to them previously.
It was Waterloo Teeth. The EP was Waterloo Teeth.
Oh, it's not on Spotify. That's weird.
No, is it because it'd be separate?
Oh, no, it is. My bad. It is.
Yeah. It wouldn't be by the albums, yeah. Okay, well then, this is a long album. I will tell you that. It's, we're hitting the hour mark here. And I am also going to say, I know it's not for everybody. I get that. I'm about to gush non-stop, pretty much, about this band. But I get it. I get that it's not for everybody. And I also get that seeing track after track that's pushing the 10-minute mark can be like, oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, I really want to talk about it.
I was like, it's going to be a long album. They always are. And then looked at it and went, for fuck's sake, man.
I know. Right, let's get into it. We begin with I Am Not Now, Nor Have I Ever Been. It's a noisy introduction as Sugar Horse arrive in a wave of noise. Every instrument is being hit as hard as possible. But then you have these soaring vocals going on, which makes sure that this is not going to be quite what you think. It is absolute chaos, but you listen to it and you quickly establish this may not be what I think it is, and I'm probably going to have to listen on.
Yeah, I was kind of... This song didn't put me in the right mood. I was in a really, really good mood when I started listening to this. I was like, I'm ready for this. I was listening to some new stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll listen to that whilst I'm on the tube. I was like, this is not a good start for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was the vocals and stuff, but then it gets that isolated vocal bit at the end, and I'm like, okay. But as you put, it's like, you need to listen on.
Yeah, that's what, for me, it is. It's not like, this isn't one that almost needs massive analysis. It's like, no, this is your starting. This is your starter, as it were. The main meal's coming.
Yeah.
Shouting Judas at Bob Dylan. Yeah, I shall warn you now, Sugar Horse's titles are out there.
Interesting.
Yes, now we get something with abrasive heaviness and sludgy tempo tones. Yet it also slips in the post here and there. The major takeaway of this track being blistering intensity of the vocals and constant aggressive clattering of instruments. I do love just how noisy this band can be, but their eccentric melodic shifts are just as delightful. Thoroughly enjoy this.
Yeah, I was really into this. I was really, really enjoying this. This was like, I was like, I'd fucking love to see this live. Like, when it gets into it, proper into it, about a minute in, like, yeah, boy, do that.
Cool. Glad to see you found one you like already. Because there's one track that if he doesn't like, I'm gonna be outraged, but we'll get to that. Fat Dracula. How's this for something weird? This is incredibly off-kilter. The bass drums and clean singing leading to a coarse eruption of undiluted noise and back again. Back and forth. It's, dare I say, nonsensical. But it's fascinating. I find it utterly fascinating.
Yeah, blistering is the only word I can use to describe it. About 50 seconds in, when it has that drop into whatever the fuck you can describe as this band is like, and then it's math, isn't it? Then it goes back to it, and you're like, oh, I feel like you've just punched me in the throat and then left me gagging on the floor. And I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I really enjoy it.
I think they would appreciate that level of description for a track, though, because that's often, it feels like the style of how they want you to feel: confused, conflicted, puzzled, but fascinated. So at the start of this video, I said, obviously seen them live and mesmerized by them, but I did highlight one track. I said there was one particular track that just stopped me in my tracks, had me standing there, mouth open. I remember turning to my wife and being like, are you hearing this? Are you fucking hearing this? Phil Spector and Hell. This track, not only, I'm going to tell you now, it is my favorite track in the album, but it is one of my favorite tracks ever. As of today, it's still one of my favorite tracks ever. I don't go a week without listening to this track. It is everything I've ever wanted in music. It makes me feel, it makes me happy, sad, you name it. It can lift my spirits if I've had a rough day. It can drag me down into a gloomy mood if I'm feeling super positive. It is stunning. I've been in love with it since I first heard it, and that continues. The structure, the detail, the tone shifts. It is simply brilliance. It is impossibly clever. And I can't believe as well, this same band that does this song is the same band that does a song like Fat Dracula or Shouting Judas at Bob Dylan. It's insane to me. What a band. Sugar Horse, I love you. I fucking love you, man.
Calm it down.
What do you think?
I really like it. I've definitely heard it before. I think you played it in the car before.
For sure.
You definitely. It is really good. I don't quite see it in the same way you do. It's very nice. It's very pretty. I'm not quite seeing what you're seeing, and I'm really glad I'm not sat with him there, because I'm.
No, it's fine. It's fine. As I said at the start, I get it. I get it. You're not alone. Lou doesn't quite understand why I adore this track either.
I like it. It's pretty. It's nice. I don't love it to the same extent you do. But
no, that's fine. I get it.
I might need more time to kind of. I might need some more time to kind of stew with it almost.
It is as well. It's a long track, you know.
It's a really long track, and I have a bit of a habit of seeing a long track and going, nah, fuck that. I like I think two of my favorite songs right now are about a minute and 10 seconds long. So
yeah, I listen to, of course, a lot of Doom, you know, funeral black metal and stuff like that. That shit's extended, you know, you spend a lot of time in that. Put it this way, I don't get frightened unless I'm heavily disliking an album. If I see a 15-minute track at the end, like the finale, often I'll be like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so the title track now, The Live Long After. And I mean, so this is how it works for me. For me, I'm like, my God, this track's in trouble because it has to follow Phil Spector in hell. But they do something so different, but just as immense. Few bands get one stunning track on a brilliant album. Sugar Horse have two. I love the opening melody, dramatic arrival of the instruments as it builds, the epic vocals, the absolute carnage caused in the latter portion. This is another stunning track, and it is amazing live.
Yeah, this one doesn't do much for me up until it does get heavy.
Okay.
You're right there.
No, because I really love this track, but Lou thinks this is their best track.
Really? I prefer Phil Spector in Hell for the dreamy melodic side. But when it gets into it, I prefer this one. It's like if you could like cut Phil Spector in Hell in half and then stick half of this song on that, I'd be like, perfect.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, terrible things are happening as we speak. The eccentricities of this album continues into this airy, atmospheric, and moving start. The epic first minute giving way to an absolute eruption of sludgy noise. And then it just continues from there in beautiful fashion, but with these devious explosions of heavy. Look, guys, I'm going to sound like a broken record. It's brilliant.
Yeah, this one is very, very good. It literally goes from super dreamy, like you could like the album cover, it's like what you see is like an angel floating up, and it just devolves into like the mental image is like, I don't even fucking describe it. It's like a guy in a jumpsuit hitting a bin, like just kicking the shit out of it, not with a bat or anything, not the Slipknot thing, just kicking the shit out of a bin because he can. He doesn't like how it looked at him. It's like it just evolves into pure. I cannot describe the kind of. Yeah, we'll move on.
We'll move on. Yeah, either way, I'm glad you're getting such extensive feeling from it. That's what we want from music. The Great British Death Cult. No messing around at the start of this one. Sugar Horse hitting levels of intensity not heard so far with the instrumental jabs. As it goes on, it gets deep and bassy. The rhythm is quite infectious. And the contrast between melody and metal is, what a surprise. Once again, stunning.
Yeah, odd track.
It is.
Polarizing for people that, if you haven't really decided if you like Sugar Horse or not, this track is polarizing as shit. Because that's what it is to me. I was like, I really, really, really want to love you guys because I'm liking a lot of what you've got going on, but it's not consistent enough with what I'm liking from them.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
And this track's like, it teases you with a bit of the mathy heaviness, and it's like, nah, I'm taking that back.
Oh, yeah, like I can't argue with it. I always want to jump to their defense and be like, but like, no, I get it. Of course, absolutely. Dadcore World Cup. It's the penultimate track, and yes, it's called Dadcore World Cup.
Brilliant name.
Yes. Are you expecting things to get more palatable at this stage? No chance. Sugar Horse dealing epics, and this is another one. The poster's strong in this one, but goodness, does it have impact. It's got some of my favorite melodies, and it is as powerful as it gets for this band. You really can never predict what will come next, but it's always exciting to find out. Case in point, the faster tempo in the latter portion of the track. And once again, it's just another brilliant Sugar Horse track for me.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really strong, and I think it stands out amongst a lot of these songs as being one of the better ones.
That's fair. I think it's a very strong track too. But we are done. There is an end. It doesn't go on forever. And it's a Las Vegas showgirl. One last big one to end things on a high. Now, I wouldn't blame anyone for feeling completely exhausted at this stage. There are very few short tracks on the album. And there's an argument that the previous track, Dad Called World Cup, had a ending feel. Like, there is that argument, and I think it sticks. However, me personally, I'm really grateful to have this track, thanks to it being so moody, so freaking heavy, so intense. So I'm just like, nope, give me more. Oh, it's over? What do you mean you only did an hour's worth of music? You can do 2. Come on, guys. You know, I really want to go to a Sugar Horse live show where they can knock out an hour and a half, you know?
Mm.
But yeah, I really like this as a finale. Really happy with it.
Yeah, I really like it too, especially that kind of almost synthy bass section, 2 minutes 40 in. I really enjoyed that sort of stuff, combined with the heaviness, freneticity of when it gets into it, and the almost shoegazy stuff got going on at times.
Yeah, it's an aspect of the bat. I mean, at the start, when I went through a brief jokey run of some of the genres, they really are a band you can that genre bend, like the term genre bend.
Yeah, really enjoy.
And there it is. That's the Live Long After. No secret, like I said at the start and I said throughout, I think this album is stunning. I can understand, as I said previously, why people might struggle with it. And I don't always think every track is 10 out of 10. But the ones that are good, ones that I think are great, they are so great for me. Like, they're elevated beyond anything else. Which I guess kind of brings us to our top 3. And I guess you can take this away.
Shouting Judas at Bob Dylan, Fat Dracula, and Dadcore World Cup.
Oh, we did match up on one in the end. I also have Dadcore World Cup. Is a very good track. But unsurprisingly, people, I praised it to high heaven. Full Spectrum in Hell is also on there. It's number 1. If I was doing an order, it's number 1. But number 2 would be the actual title track, The Live Long After. There it is. Sugar Horses, The Live Long After. What do you reckon? Do you love it as much as I do? Or are you like Dan? You dip in and out almost into enjoyment and not enjoying it. You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?